Worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right, folks, thank you so much once again. You know I love you all. I appreciate you checking me out, continuing to build the worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. All right, listen, man, please continue to help build this movement, right? Like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know, tell some folks you don't know. Please, let's continue to build this movement together. All right. Man, as you can see, another beautiful day, right? As spring is rapidly approaching ever so quickly, we also see, as I mentioned in previous videos, the increased efforts and signs of panic on the part of the socioeconomic elite, right? You know, look at those chemtrails just layered on the sky. But that's all right. That's a panic move, right? A panic reaction. Because of what the title of this video is, which is The People Have Spoken, right? Man, if you're paying attention and if you're checking for it, you'll see that all around the world, more and more people are speaking up and saying, no, we are not with just going along with whatever we're told. We're not going to blindly follow directions or orders, right? We are going to ask questions. We're going to say no to whatever we don't agree with, to whatever is not aligned in our best interest for that of our families, our children, right? And people are not being silent about it, right? Right now here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we're on the eve of a partial strike, from what I understand, of the bus drivers who are not in line with the vaccination policy, right? And folks, to me, that's just another example of them doing that, is another example of how strong the bonds are becoming, right? How strong the voice collectively of the people is becoming. That you have folks who are willing to risk their livelihood, right? Folks who are making a good living and feel strongly enough that they're willing to risk that and collectively standing up for what they believe in, right? Regardless of whether or not you agree with their stance, you have to, I would think, would have to feel somewhat inclined to applaud their conviction and their willingness to stand up for what they believe in, right? And that's what I'm talking about. We're seeing that more and more all around the world. People are standing up for what they believe in, right? And they're willing to challenge anything, any authority or anything or anyone who would attempt to take away their sovereign ability to do so, right? Folks, the follower mentality is dying off, right? People are waking up to their own individual sovereignty and collectively are now starting to exercise their sovereignty and say no, again, to whatever they are not feeling is aligned with their best interest, right? And in my opinion, that's a beautiful thing, right? And something that's going to continue to grow. As we continue to grow, you know what? The worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Folks, it's time for us to, again, as I stated before, be spiritually mature, to be sovereign, to stand up for what we believe, to stand up for what we know is right, to do free thinking, independent research for anything that affects us, our family, our lives in any way, right? If it touches our lives, we should know everything there is to know about it, and we should have the last say so, right? Power to the people. That's what that means. So folks, really, let's make sure that we are doing research and not just, believing it. Don't ever just take what I say, or anyone for that matter, as something that is automatically factual, right? Do the free thinking, independent research on your own to determine what you feel is correct, right? What you feel is right and just, what you feel is accurate, and forge your own future with that sovereignty in mind and in heart, right? And then let that guide your actions. It's time for that. That is what this energy is supporting, right? The old paradigm was one in which folks generally had the inclination to fall in line with how society guided them, right? Social engineering was very instrumental and very successful in the old paradigm. That's not the way of it in the new paradigm, right? We're not as easily manipulated in those ways, I'll say, right? And a lot of it has to do with the access of information that previously hadn't been there, right? Again, I told you, those social economic elites who had benefited greatly from the control systems that that permeated the old paradigm did so predominantly by controlling the flow of information, by keeping the people ignorant to the way the world really worked, right? And now, not only have we, through the information age and now having such ease of access of information, we're able to make up our minds, right, in sovereignty, and to not be puppeted into social engineering tactics to get us to think, act, and live in a way that is dictated by the social economic elite. Instead of that, in a sovereign, free-thinking, spiritually mature way, we can determine and forge our own way forward. All right? Folks, it's time for that. The energy is there. Like I said, the information is now at our fingertips. Let's use these devices for that, right? Think of if you're always on your phone all day, at least a percentage of that time should be utilizing that as a research tool, right? Think about that. You got it right at your fingertips. Anything you want, need, or should know, do the research and find out. All right. I love you all. Thank you again. Please continue to help build this worldwide movement. Tell everybody you know. Tell some folks you don't know. Please like, share, subscribe. Worldwide movement. Big King Sadiq. I'm out.